And we're back with KMMA. I'm Adio.
And I'm Khalil Deal.
And we're going to be bringing you the main card part of UFC 317, Pantoja versus, Tapuria versus Oliveira here. And starting off the card, we're going to have Jack Hermansson, the Joker, against Gregory Rodriguez. Then we're going to Peyton Talbot against Felipe Lima, followed by the return of Beneil Dariush against Renato Moicano. Then we got Brandon Royval against Joshua Van. The co-main event is Alexander Pantoja against Kai Kara France. And main eventing is Ilia Topuria against Charles Oliveira. So real deal.
That's for the vacant lightweight championship here.
The vacant championship there. So real deal. First fight, RoboCop against Joker. Who do you have?
All right, man. So for this fight here, man, Jack Hermansson, man. This is a guy here who he's been in the UFC for quite some time. As you can see there, he's got 24 wins, 8 losses in his career, 11 knockouts, 6 subs, 7 decisions. Very well-rounded guy. He's a big guy too. He's originally a Greco-Roman wrestler, so this guy can wrestle. He's got phenomenal kicks. And he's got some very good striking as well. He's got some good punches, some decent boxing, and he's like I said, he's pretty well rounded. But Gregory Rodriguez, man, we know that this guy is a beast out there. He's a monster. RoboCop is also very well rounded, but he's much more powerful, bigger and stronger than Jack Hermansson. He's also got very good grappling and very good wrestling as well. He's got good submissions, good takedowns, and he also could do it all. So this is going to be a very good fight. I feel like it's going to be a banger of a fight. But I'm leaning towards Gregory Rodriguez. He's going to be a couple of inches taller than Jack Hermansson. As I mentioned, he's going to be bigger than him in size. He's going to be stronger than him. I think he's better on the feet too. He's got very good boxing, very good strikes. Good punches, straight jabs, good hooks, and when he punches, man, he really puts on the power and he hurts people, Rodriguez. So I like Gregory Rodriguez a little bit better in this one. I think he finishes Jack Hermansson. Jack Hermansson hasn't fought in a year and 4 months. His last fight was against Joe Pyfer, where he actually did beat him by unanimous decision, which was pretty shocking because a lot of people had Joe Pyfer to win that fight. He did lose by knockout to Roman Dolidze the fight before that. And he also beat Chris Curtis before that, lost to Sean Strickland. But Rodriguez, man, I like the way he fights, man. I think he's a little bit better than Jack Hermansson. And coming off that loss to Jerry Cannonier by knockout there, I think he wants to bounce back. I think this is a good bounce back spot for him. I think he's just a little bit better on the ground than Jack Hermansson. Give me Gregory Rodriguez by finish, knockout or submission here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Joker on this one. I find the Joker, he's very opportunistic, and I think he knows how to handle a guy like RoboCop here. Also, I think RoboCop is going to come into this fight a little over-aggressive because of the way he ended off the fight against Cannonier, where he just ran out of gas there. And Hermansson is smart when it comes to picking up on stuff like that, like the condition of his opponent. He may not be the greatest striker, but it's hard to hit him, and he does get his shots in. He looks kind of awkward right there. He can chain wrestle too, and I'm going to slightly lean Jack Hermansson on this one, but very close.
Okay. I'll tell you this, though.
All right.
It should be a very good fight. It really
Definitely.
should. So we're in disagreement with the first fight of the main card. Let's move on up to the next fight here.
You got Peyton Talbot against Felipe Lima. Go ahead, my man. Oh, it's
your turn, yeah.
Oh, it is me. Okay, yeah. Here I'm going to have to take Felipe Lima. I think he's, from what Peyton Talbot showed us with his takedown defense and his get-ups the last time against Raoni Barcelos, I think Felipe Lima is going to implement a lot of his grappling in this fight. just to contain Peyton Talbot. But Felipe Lima, man, he's very well rounded, and like he can get into a striking battle with anybody. It seems as well as a grappling battle. So I think for those of us that really put up Peyton Talbot a little higher than he should have been placed, we kind of see where Peyton Talbot may be at right now, and it hasn't been that long since he faced Ronnie Barcelos. So I don't think his grappling defense and his get-ups are going to be all that much better. Maybe he's going to pay attention to his cardio more. But Felipe Lima, it's a tough task here. Felipe Lima, 14-1. When did he have his loss? Yeah, he lost his first fight. That's right, and it's been undefeated since then. So give me Felipe Lima here by decision or sub.
Yeah, I got to go with Felipe Lima as well, man. I just think that it's going to be the ground game, the difference between these two here, man. Peyton Talbot, he is great on the feet. He has very very good striking. He's got good power. As you can see, he's got 7 knockouts out of his 9 wins there. So Felipe Lima has to be careful, but he has never been knocked out. Felipe Lima, he's only been subbed once out of his 15 fights. He's only been subbed one time.
Again, in his first fight there. Yeah.
And so basically, Felipe Lima, the guy is absolutely amazing to watch. He is so well rounded. He's very very tough. He's very fast. He's a very athletic. He's got very good punches and very good ground game. He's got good submissions, good jiu-jitsu. He could take you down in a variety of ways, and he's got that grit in him. He's got that freaking dog in him, man. He goes out there and he fights really hard, gives it all he's got. I didn't like the way Peyton Talbot looked against Ronnie Barcelos in that fight, man. I felt like he was very lackluster. He didn't do much. Ronnie was piecing him up on the feet, also took him down, and I think that Felipe Lima is going to be able to take down Peyton Talbot easily in this fight. Get him on the ground, and Peyton Talbot just can't do anything on the ground, man. He's just not good on the ground at all, man. He's more of a striker, a stand-up guy. He has to keep the fight standing. Felipe Lima is going to mix it up. He's also a very good striker, very good boxer, and a good submission artist. So give me Felipe Lima by knockout or submission. This fight is not going the distance. This is going to be a banger of a fight. Might be fight of the night, this one.
I loved it when he submitted Muhammad Naimov. Got to throw that in there.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a huge thing. We saw how good Muhammad Naimov was just last week. All right, so we're in agreement with the second fight of the main card. Let's move on up to the next fight. All right, we got Beneil Dariush against Renato Money Moicano. For this one here, man, I'm gonna go against the popular demand here, where I'm seeing a lot of people are on Beneil Dariush's side here. And look, I'm going to tell you guys this, man. I definitely do think that Beneil Dariush is a good dog. He is a dog right now. But I got to go with Money Moicano, man. People are sleeping on Money Moicano. Look, Beneil Dariush, he's coming off 2 losses in a row where he got knocked out brutally by Charles Oliveira, with good ground and pound by Charles Oliveira. Really brutally hurt him in that fight 2 years ago. And then a year and 6 months ago against Armin Sarukian, who actually hit him with a straight right and then got him on the ground and started smashing him on the ground. So it's 2 fights in a row where Beneil Dariush gets knocked out badly and he was hurt badly. He hasn't fought in a year and 6 months. Money Moicano just fought 5 months ago against Islam Makhachev, and it was on short notice. And people are forgetting that Renato came up there. He stepped it up. He stepped up and fought against Islam Makhachev, a guy who is way, way better than Beneil Dariush, and he lost in that fight. But prior to that, man, Money Moicano was looking good against Benoit Saint Denis. Got that knockout against him. Jalen Turner got that knockout as well. Drew Dober won by unanimous decision, and Drew Dober is tough as hell. He also submitted Brad Riddell. So I think that people are sleeping on Money Moicano, man. I got to go with Money Moicano to get the win here. I think that he actually gets the submission or wins a knockout. I mean, we've seen Beneil Dariush, out of his 6 losses, 5 of them come by knockout. I wouldn't be surprised if Money Moicano gets him on the ground and knocks him out with ground and pound or a TKO, or even latches in a rear naked choke or a submission of some sorts. He's got very good jiu-jitsu, and I think he's being slept on in this fight. Give me Money Moicano by finish.
Yeah, this is a very tough fight here, but I do think Money Moicano is going to revert back to how he was when he just couldn't lose, you know? Unfortunately for him, that ended when he took that fight with Islam on short notice. But I think he's going to somehow find the sub in this one, because I know Dariush is he's very tough. His striking is probably better than Moicano. You can't even say that Moicano is faster because they're both damn slow. When it comes to the ground game, Beneil Dariush is very good too. Good takedowns. He's probably better positionally and stronger, but it's that subbing ability for Moicano that I think is going to make the difference here. Moicano is going to find the will here to get the job done. Beneil Dariush, while he did take a decent amount of time to recover from those knockouts against the very best there is, by the way, the 2 that he got knocked out by are actually fighting in the main event for the belt on this card. It's still a very long time, and I think there's going to be a little ring rust in there. Moicano, while he looks kind of ugly there sometimes, he does hit you occasionally, and he does surprise you, and you can't deny his submission ability. So I'm gonna slightly lean with Money Moicano myself here by submission or decision.
Yo, nice, man. Andy, I'm surprised here, bro. I thought you were going to be
Going with the dog?
going with Beneil Dariush like everybody else has been going. I think we're probably the only channel that's going to be picking Money Moicano here, man. So, yeah, I'm glad you're on board. Love it. Love that you're on board with Money Moicano, man. All right, so we're in agreement with this one here.
All right, next we got Brandon Royval against Joshua Van.
All right, man. So for this one here,
Brendan Royval. Do I see good old Brendan here? Did he make it? Because I know it's a short notice fight for both.
actually, it's your turn. It's your turn, actually, this one.
Yeah, it's Brendan Royval against Joshua Van.
Yeah, it's your turn to call the fight here. Who you got?
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to be going with, this time I got to go with Joshua Van. I think the short notice fight is going to help Joshua Van more than it helps Brandon Royval, because he's just younger and he has that kind of exuberance and he thinks he can do anything, and I think half the time he's right. Great body shots, as we always talk about. Takes him a little to get going. He gets stronger at the end of the fight. But his last fight, oh, by the way, his last fight I called a pearl by knockout in the 3rd round for Joshua Van.
Awesome.
Which hit, and he should have done that in his 2 previous fights, but just didn't have that finishing touch. But this time, I think his sprawl is going to be enough to stop Brandon Royval, who's probably the more well-rounded fighter. But I think it seems like it's more Van's time, even though he has so much time left. It just feels that he's on this run there. He got that hiccup against, where he lost against Charles Johnson, but he made it out of that all right. In his last fight, he didn't have that slow start, in my opinion, that he usually has, and I think that's a good sign. And he's only getting better every fight. He looks awesome. I'm not taking away anything from Royval. Good submissions, well-rounded, knows how to mix it up, but I'm going to go with Van this time here.
All right, man. So I really like Joshua Van. I think he's a really good fighter. We both picked him to win in that last fight against Bruno Silva.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You didn't pick him. That's true. Yeah, you picked Bruno Silva there. I ended up picking Joshua Van there, and he came through. But you did have that pearl, that nice pearl. Yeah. Here's the thing here. This is a huge, huge step up in competition for Joshua Van, man. Joshua Van has never fought a fighter like Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval is a guy who I think people have forgotten beat Tim Elliott, beat Kai Kara France, fought against Brandon Moreno and Alexander Pantoja. He lost to Brandon Moreno once, but then he beat Brandon Moreno. He lost to Alexander Pantoja, who's fighting in the main card of this in the main card of this event. Beat guys like Matt Schnell, Mateus Nicolau, Tetsura Taira in his last fight. Man, this is going to be a huge, huge step up in competition for Joshua Van. The problem I have with Joshua Van is his ground game. Brandon Royval can mix it up. He's good on the feet. He's got good boxing. But Brandon Royval has also very good submissions. He's got 9 submissions out of his 17 wins. He's got a very good ground game, good wrestling and grappling techniques. He's got good takedowns, and he'll keep trying for those takedowns against Joshua Van. Joshua Van could stop a few takedowns from certain fighters, guys who are not elite grapplers, such as guys like Edgar Chairez, guys like Cody Durden. These are not guys that are elite grapplers like Brandon Royval. I think Brandon Royval is going to be able to get Joshua Van to the ground, and once he gets on top of Joshua Van, it's going to be hard for him to get back up because Brandon Royval will keep moving and changing positions to stay on, to maintain ground control, and that's where he'll latch in a submission or use his ground and pound to get the win here. So I really like Joshua Van. I can't take him in this one, unfortunately. I got to go with Brandon Royval. And he's actually a dog in this one. So give me the dog, Brandon Royval, to win. And I say he wins by submission or decision in this one. I don't think he knocks out Joshua Van, but I do think he's live for a submission or winning a decision because of the ground control time that he's going to have over Joshua Van. I don't think that Joshua Van is going to be able to use that sprawl all the time to try to prevent those takedowns from Brandon Royval.
I think once those bodies start hitting that mark, it's going to be a lot harder for Royval to get those takedowns.
So, we're in disagreement with this one. But hey, man, I got 2 dogs so far in this one, and that's very, very unlikely for me. They're picking dogs. So there you go. I got a dog here in Brandon Royval. Let's move on up to the next fight. We got Alexander Pantoja against Kai Kara France. Man, this one, man, I'm not going to take too much time, man. Give me Alexander Pantoja all day.
A Freudian slip there almost. Almost. You almost said Kai Kara France.
Yeah, no. Give me Alexander Pantoja, man. Kai Kara France is no match for this guy, man. Kai Kara France, he's a midget at 5'5". Pantoja, first of all, I don't think that this is right here. As far as the height is concerned, Sherdog here has them at the same height at 5'5" each, but it's not the case. Kai Kara France is a little shorter than Pantoja. I think Kai Kara France is at 5'3" or 5'4", and Pantoja is going to be at 5'5" or 5'6". Anyways, whatever. I still like Pantoja. Way better submission specialist, way better jiu-jitsu, way better grappler, way better on the ground. I think he's going to take down Kai Kara France with those relentless grappling techniques, the relentless wrestling and takedowns. He's going to be on his back all the time. And I think that he gets the back of Kai Kara France, man, and can easily get a submission here. Kai Kara France likes to keep the fight standing. He's a fish out of water on the ground. He only has good striking, Kai Kara France, with his kicks and his punches. But Alexander Pantoja is just a step above, man. And I think he'll take him down and beat him up here. So give me Pantoja to win by submission or decision here in this one.
I say Pantoja finds his back, whether it's on the ground or even on the feet at some point. Pantoja may be the best at controlled chaos, throwing caution to the wind and just going after your guy, looking like on the verge of exhaustion, but still finding that second, third, fourth win to fight the same way and keep on going. It's not a big mystery. I think he's going to end up taking Kai Kara France down. I like Kai Kara France. I like his dynamite knocking ability, which Pantoja always has to be wary about. But I love the dog in Pantoja. I always talk about the chip on his shoulder, and he has that, and I hope he doesn't lose it. This is going to be his 4th title defense. And I think he keeps the ball rolling here. Give me Pantoja by submission.
Nice. We're on the same page here with this one.
Love me some Pantoja.
Let's move on up to still champion Alexander Pantoja, man. Kai Kara France can't beat this guy. All right, let's move on up to the final fight, the main event of the evening here. Guys, please, again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, leave some comments for the algorithm. Let us know who you guys have. So for this one here, Ilia Topuria against Charles Oliveira, who you got here, Adio?
Yeah, so we got Topuria moving up in weight for the first time to challenge for the vacant title because initially he moved up to this weight class in hopes of fighting Islam Makhachev, who, at the same time, right after, decided to move up in weight himself, and that's why they're not fighting each other. But Ilya is intent on facing Makhachev at some point, so he's willing to move up to welterweight later on to face him, if it comes to that. So for this one here, I think the value is definitely on Charles Oliveira. I think this is going to be a very good fight for how long it lasts, but I am going to have to go with the dog because I just think Charles Oliveira uses his kicks and knees better. That's what I think will give him the win. Ilia Topuria is dangerous everywhere. I think there's a good chance that Ilia Topuria is just as dangerous, if not more dangerous by a tad than Charles Oliveira on the ground. His boxing is wicked. He can knock out anybody. He packs a hell of a punch. But I don't think any of this stuff is going to get to Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira has gotten better and better in his game. He's a smart fighter, despite his tendency to go into the fire. That's why I say, while he's not going to change his kill or be killed style, he would certainly benefit to use those knees and kicks because Ilia Topuria doesn't use those. And I don't think his defense against those is going to be as good as his defensive boxing. Also, what I was going to say before I cut myself off was Charles Oliveira, none of this confidence and this hype and these grandiose ambitions for Topuria, they're not going to bother Charles Oliveira because he's lost 100 times. Like the book's been written on him before that he was a quitter, this and that, but he fought his way out of the favela, man, to be the champ. And there's been sketchy stuff, the stuff that's happened in his career where he couldn't challenge for the title or something because he missed weight, things like that. This time he's going to be primed, ready to go. I don't think he has any fear of going after Ilia, but of course this fight can go any way. I expect this fight to go under 2.5 rounds, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if this fight finished in the first round like Ilia Topuria said, but I'm afraid for Ilia that he's going to be on the receiving end in this one. And, you know, his career is not over if this happens. He's still very good. He still can move down in weight, right? And still be undefeated up there. He can do what he wants. He's still very good. But I don't think he's going to get by Charles here. So give me Charles Oliveira by knockout or sub.
Ooh, a nice little dog pick there for the main event, Dio, I see here.
Regardless of who you pick the deal, Charles Oliveira is undervalued as far as the odds go.
Listen, absolutely, I agree with you, man. Look, as far as the betting is concerned, you bet your ass I am definitely gonna have some money on Charles Oliveira at those odds, absolutely, because Charles Oliveira, the Bronx, is very, very good. You know, we know how good this guy is. He's able to take on anybody, and he's got a chance to win against anyone. We saw that against Michael Chandler in that last fight where he looked absolutely amazing. I do worry about him, though, facing a guy like Ilia Topuria, who's just way better on the feet. I think that Ilia Topuria's striking is so much better than Oliveira, especially when it comes to boxing. And the constant movement of Ilia Topuria while he's on the feet, it's going to be a problem for Charles Oliveira to really try to keep him in line and in front of him, because Ilia Topuria keeps moving side to side. He moves around a lot.
He has a very shifty, fast, great movement.
He's very fast. He strikes from the outside. And he's got some good power in his punches and kicks and stuff like that. He's got good liver kicks and kicks to the body. And also he could get you down too. He's got good takedowns as well.
He doesn't kick a lot, bro, though, I'm telling you.
No, but he does. When he does, though, it's pretty good. Like he'll kick he'll get some really hard kicks to the body when he does throw kicks. It's not often, but when he does throw it, it could hurt. I'm going to pick Ilia Topuria to win. I say he wins by finish, knockout or submission. I think this fight's not going to go the distance. I think it's going to be a crazy brawl of a fight. It's going to be a banger of a fight. Could be fight of the night, and I'm glad it's the main event, so it's going to be awesome to watch. I don't sleep on Charles Oliveira, though. Like I said, I will have some money on this guy come betting time. Of course, at those dog odds, he does have a chance. But give me for the prediction here, Ilya Topuria to win by KO or submission. I just think that the game, his game on the feet is just so much better than Oliveira. Oliveira needs to get the takedown, needs to get a sub to win this one. I feel like Oliveira cannot win this fight if he doesn't submit Ilya Topuria.
When do you see this fight ending?
Man, I would say that if Ilya Topuria does get the win, it'll be in the first 3 rounds.
Okay.
Be in the first 3 rounds. If the fight goes later, there's a good chance Charles Oliveira could pull something off in the later rounds.
I heard Ilya picked, well, he said in the first round, he probably picked the time, but he also predicted the exact combo he's going to put Oliveira away with.
Yeah, well, that's going to
We're taking this McGregor prediction stuff even a little further. So we'll see.
So there you have it, folks. Our early predictions and breakdowns for the main card.
Love and subscribe.
Exactly. And can't wait to see you guys on Friday to talk about our official bets and the final thoughts and face-offs. Peace out, folks. KAMMA. Let's get it.